Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I have a video that's been requested on my channel before and is a top 10 best candles for men from Bath & Body Works. If you're a guy who wants his house smelling fresh, clean, or masculine, but doesn't want it smelling like cupcakes or roses, then you'll definitely want to stay tuned for this video. Or if you're shopping for a man, especially with the holiday season coming up, and you wanted to get him a safe pick for a candle, then you'll want to stay tuned for these 10 candles. They should be pretty safe bets that are pretty popular with men, and so we'll get right into it. I have burned and bought over 1,000 Bath & Body Works candles in my lifetime, so I feel qualified to be doing this video. So let's get into it. The first one we have is super popular and super universal. This one is out pretty much all year round. Women love it, men love it, and it is the, of course, one and only Mahogany Teakwood is number one on our list right here. This one has the notes of mahogany, cedarwood, and oak. This is basically, if you want a candle that smells like a sexy man, it's very much a cologne fragrance, similar to the Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce cologne that is very popular. You'll want to buy this one. It's traditionally very strong, so if you want to mask odors in your house and want just a masculine cologne type of fragrance that both women and men will enjoy. For the most part, there are some people who don't necessarily enjoy cologne fragrances, but just from anecdotes of hearing how many people actually come in, like, is there a candle sale? Do you have Mahogany Teakwood? Yes and yes, they buy, they check out, and they leave. So it is pretty popular, and so that's why we have Mahogany Teakwood number one on here. If you want something that is a little bit stronger and even more intense than the initial regular Mahogany Teakwood, there is a Mahogany Teakwood High Intensity that is available on Bath & Body Works as well. And it also, Bath & Body Works likes to repackage and rename the same fragrance but with a new name. It's also out as Ocean Driftwood in the summertime and also out as Black Teakwood during the springtime. So if you can't find Mahogany Teakwood, then Black Teakwood and Ocean Driftwood are backups that you can get that are essentially the same fragrance as Mahogany Teakwood. So that's number one on our list. Moving on to number two, this one is usually out in the fall and winter time. It's super popular. I really personally enjoy this one as well. And it's of course Fresh Balsam right here. If you just want a really super woodsy, Christmas tree smelling fragrance that's sort of still outdoorsy and still masculine enough to burn in a men's environment, then you'll enjoy this one. It's woodland balsam, crispy eucalyptus, fir branches, and cedarwood. There is a slight sweetness that you get from the pine or the balsam note, but there's so much of that crispness that you get from when you walk outside into the forest or during the winter time, or you bring a Christmas tree in. It's a nice, if you don't want something that smells overly cologne or masculine, so to speak, this one is very nice because you still get those sweet notes that you get from Christmas time with the Christmas trees and the balsam fragrance, and it's quite strong as well. So if you want another strong fragrance, then Fresh Balsam is good. It's always out in abundance during the winter time, and normally during Candle Day or Black Friday, those type of candle sales, you should be able to find it because it is such a popular fragrance. So Fresh Balsam is number two on our list right there. Number three is a mix of both Mahogany Teakwood and Fresh Balsam, and this one's out during the winter time or the Christmas time as well, and it is Mahogany Balsam right there. This one is Juniper Berry Balsam and Mahogany. What they did was they basically took their two very top selling fragrances of Mahogany Teakwood and Fresh Balsam and mixed it into one candle, and that's what you get with Mahogany Balsam. You get sort of like, I want to say Mahogany Teakwood is a little bit stronger in this, and then just a dash of Fresh Balsam is in here. But it sort of tones down that sort of, you know, Abercrombie & Fitch smelling cologne fragrance with just enough of a sweetness from the Fresh Balsam to make it a little bit more crisp and clean and less heavy on that intense cologne fragrance. This one also is traditionally strong as well and usually comes out during, once again, the winter time, so I would look it out for it then. So that is Mahogany Balsam right there, and that was number three on our list. Number four is if you want something that's not at all very like cologne-y or smells like personal fragrance, but want something that's cozy but still very rustic, then you'll really enjoy Fireside. This is another fragrance that will come out usually during the fall into the winter time, and this one is the Blazing Fire in Wintertime, Cedar, Sandalwood, Leather, and Amber. So this one is perfect. Yeah, I love this one. Super rustic. If you're even like going for like a, I don't know, mountain like log cabin retreat for the weekend or whatever, and you want to impress a girlfriend, you can bring Fireside along. And if there just doesn't happen to be a fireplace in your spot, or if you don't have a fireplace in your house, then you can sort of burn this one to sort of evoke a fireplace type of fragrance to it. So there's that really rich, smoky, woodsy fragrance in here without being overly cologne. that I really enjoy. It's super realistic and authentic. And this one's also quite strong as well. And so I really enjoy this one. It's just like perfect for like a cozy, cool fall into winter day that I think you'll really enjoy. So that is number 4 on our list, and that is Fireside right there. Number 5 is new for this year, and it sort of goes on that kind of fireside, smoky, woodsy route, and it is Pumpkin Bonfire that we see right there. This is out new for this season, and it is white pumpkin, clove buds, and glowing embers. This one is good if you want that sort of quintessential pumpkin spice fragrance, so you maybe still might enjoy some of those sweeter, gourmand, foodie fragrances, but when it's toned down by a little bit of a woodsy fireness from the bonfire aspect, I think you'll really enjoy Pumpkin Bonfire. It's just a perfect, cozy, sweet and cozy, but still just enough of a bonfire woodsy component in there to make it like a perfect quintessential fall fragrance that is a little bit different from the ones that I've spoke about, because it's not necessarily like overly cologne or overly masculine, but there's still those bonfire notes in there that it doesn't smell like, you know, cupcakes or roses, that I think someone might really enjoy. It's hard to come by this season because it's been so immensely popular, but if you do find it in stores, I would snag it if you like the fragrance of it. And since it has been so popular this year, I would expect it to come out maybe again next year. So that's Pumpkin Bonfire if you want something a little bit more sweet and more traditionally pumpkin spice, but not overly like cupcakey or anything like that. So that was number 5 on our list, which is Pumpkin Bonfire. Number 6 is Flannel, which I'll insert a picture right here. Flannel is another great cologne type fragrance that usually comes out in the fall time and usually sticks around even into the winter time as well. It's a nice cologne fragrance that's not quite as intense and sharp as Mahogany Teakwood. There's a little bit more of a sweet note in it there that I really personally enjoy, that is not quite as harsh and just intense and overpowering as Mahogany Teakwood can be, and that's a good one that I really enjoy in like the last half of the year. So Flannel would be another one if you're looking for a cologne fragrance, but Mahogany Teakwood might be a little bit too intense for you. So that was number 6 on our list. Number 7 on our list is going to be Fresh Fall Morning, which is here in last year's packaging, but I believe it's been updated this year for 2020. And this one has notes of citrus zest, woodland sage, and red delicious apples. This I really enjoy too, sort of like in the same way that I enjoy Flannel for the fall time, because it sort of like has a sweet but still slightly masculine vibe to it. This has that same vibe to it because there is that apple note in there that makes it a little bit more sweet and very perfect for the fall season. It has a little crisp sweetness to it, mixed with those citrus zest note that make it a little bit more cologne and masculine. So if you want something that's still cologne-y and still traditionally masculine but has a little bit more of a sweetness from that fruit note of that apple, you'll really enjoy this one. I love burning this really on fresh fall mornings, and just the way it mingles with the cool air outside during the fall time is really nice because it really gives it this like uplifting, clean, fresh vibe, but still has that little bit of that cologne masculine vibe in it. And so I've been really enjoying this one, and it's come back again for this year, so it should be in stores right now. So that is Fresh Fall Morning right there. Number 8 on our list sort of falls into that sort of fresh fall morning, crisp, cool fall vibe, and that is Sweater Weather. This one's another one that's usually out during the fall time and the winter time, and here we have a previous year's packaging, but this is so popular that it's always out that you should be able to readily find it in fall and winter. This one has sage, juniper berry, eucalyptus, and fresh woods. This one, I love this one. It's so uplifting. If you just want something that's really fresh and clean, that's perfect for cooler weather, I think you could even probably get away with burning this even during the springtime, like January, February type of time frame. I think you could still get away with it during then too. It has just this really crispness that you get from the eucalyptus, but there's a little bit of sweetness from the juniper berry in there. It really does smell sort of outdoorsy without it having to be in that Mahogany Teakwood kind of cologne route, and it's not quite outdoorsy or woodsy in the way that Fresh Balsam smells like Christmas tree. It's none of those. It's just a very fresh, clean outdoor fragrance. It's a little bit hard to describe, but it's super popular. It comes back out all the time. It's traditionally very strong as well. So if you want something that's not necessarily cologne and not necessarily Christmas tree, but still be fresh and clean and sort of outdoorsy, Sweater Weather is the one that's always super popular with people. So Sweater Weather was number 8 on our list right there. I really enjoy this one. This is really one of my personal favorites. Number 9 on our list is going to be another one that's really universal and is out all year around, so you should be able to readily find it, and that is the Aromatherapy Stress Relief Eucalyptus Spearmint right here. that's here and who doesn't need some stress relief, especially during 2020. This one has just eucalyptus essential oil with spearmint essential oil notes in here. This one has been out since like the dawn of time. It's super popular, always comes back. If you really like it in the candle form as well, you will also enjoy it in the body care formats that they have in lotion and body wash. And they also have it in pocket back. And I see a lot of women pick up Eucalyptus Spearmint for their men in their lives in pocket back, especially during the corona. And it's a very universal unisex type of fragrance that men really enjoy. This one's nice too. It's not overly cologne, but there's a very strong cooling spearmint and eucalyptus blend to it. The spearmint, because there's mint in there, has that sort of fresh, cool, clean vibe to it. So if you want like a really clean environment, this one's good to light up during that time as well. And eucalyptus gives it that sort of herbal outdoorsy kick that's really nice too. Super uplifting, super fresh and clean, but still masculine and unisex enough that men still gravitate towards this fragrance. And once again, you have the benefit of having the pocket back and the body wash fragrances as well, so you can sort of use the whole ritual. So that was Aromatherapy Stress Relief, Eucalyptus Spearmint, another very strong one. A lot of these ones for men actually tend to be very strong. So that is number 9 on our list. And lastly, I'll insert a photo here. This one's a little bit different from all the other ones that we've had, but it is going to be Paris Cafe, which also sometimes shows up as Intense Coffee, But First Coffee, and also Campsite Coffee. It's their standard coffee fragrance. It's been out and super popular, so immensely strong. Probably like that and Mahogany Teakwood, I guess 1 and number 10 on our list, are so immensely strong. It will just choke you out, completely fill your whole house. Paris Cafe is good because it smells just like fresh brewed coffee. It's very intense. And so I know a lot of men like drinking their coffee, and if you want your house smelling like coffee and like you just brewed fresh coffee, then you'll really enjoy Paris Cafe. If you have, you know, a woman in your life who really enjoys going to Starbucks and asks you to tag along with her on coffee dates, but you want your house to smell like her favorite coffee shop of Starbucks, then you'll enjoy Paris Cafe because it really does smell like there's coffee brewing in the house, and it's always super strong. So if you want to cover up odors or want an inviting coffee shop fragrance that the special someone in your life might enjoy, then Paris Cafe is a good bet for you. And it's usually out all year round, and it's usually in like minimalist White Barn packaging, so it doesn't seem too frilly or too fancy, so you can still have it burning and it look okay in your house. So that was our top 10 list of best fragrances for men. Just want to touch upon all of them. They're all usually pretty strong, and they usually have a pretty, like, I don't know, unisex appeal to them. So I figured those would be really good ones to put in my list of top 10 best candles for men from Bath & Body Works. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.